My human self presents to me many challenges that burden me. My heart center shines and calls to me. This is who I choose to be. Sometimes lessons.
Welcome to the Vibrational Alchemy Podcast. This is Penny Fisher, and we are so glad you are joining us for this week's episode. Hello, 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 my beautiful friends, all you beautiful souls out there. Thank you for being here for, again, unbelievable episode 15. How did we get here? Quick check-in as always. How's it going? How's it going as you're working with this different aspect of the divine feminine, right? This aspect of incredible power and strength and not at all what we think of when we think about the stereotype of the feminine, right? Or what's been perpetuated as a stereotype for a long time now. Um, so I hope that's all going well. It's really big power, big energy. So be sure you're being gentle with yourselves as you are um, uh, inviting it into your space, learning what it feels like, and how it informs you and your the way you function in the world, right? Be gentle with yourselves. If you need to rest, rest. If you need to move, move. And just kind of feel your way into it. So I hope it's going well. Before we get started today, I want to do two things. I want to share a quick story, and I have a huge favor to ask all of you beautiful souls who are part of our vibrational alchemy family. I was out and about this morning, and while I was waiting online to get my iced green tea, which is kind of my morning groove, I got to talking to somebody in line. And as we were chatting, I happened to mention that after this, I was heading home to record a podcast, right? Hence the need for my caffeine. And I don't drink coffee. So there you go. Um, and this beautiful being asked me what the podcast was about. And I have to be honest, it brought me up short. I told her the name of the podcast, and she's like, "That's cool. And what's it about?" And I really had to think. And so I took a beat. I dropped down into my heart space, and it really just took the blink of an eye for an answer to kind of come through. And I was able to say to her, "This is really my way of giving back, of being in service, um, and of offering support, tools, ideas for anyone who listens to this so that they can navigate this human experience with more ease, right, and more grace. And what's this arc we're in now, this living a life of balance and ease. And that's really all I want, is to be able to share with you some of my experiences, some of the things I've read and learned that I think might be able to help you. So I share this with you because here's the ask. This episode is bringing us to the end of this arc that we've been in, working with the divine masculine and divine feminine energies within us, right? These seemingly opposing forces that we've learned to recognize, identify with, know when they're out of balance, and work with practices that can help us bring ourselves back into balance, right? Because when we are in a state of equilibrium, it's easier to navigate I'm air quoting now, the stuff that comes through. So what I'm asking from you is, what's on your mind? I don't have specific content in mind moving forward. And my greatest joy in life is to co-create with people, um, their journey, to support them on their journey. So I'm wondering, what would be helpful to you, right? What do you want to hear about? What could I talk about or research for us or look into for us or bring practices to you about, right? Um, what are you struggling with? Where are you feeling stuck? Where are you not sure how to move forward, right? Nothing too small, nothing too mundane. It's not possible for it to be too small or mundane, is what I mean to say, right? These things that feel little to us actually are sometimes our biggest opportunities for learning and for practice. So anything's on the table, right? Um, and it could be that if we get a thread and there's enough people looking for something, we'll create some content around that. So give it some thought. If it feels in alignment for you to share that with me, I'd be incredibly grateful. My contact information is on our website, and that is vibrationalalchemy.net. It's all one word, vibrationalalchemy.net. Shoot me an email, let me know what's on your mind, and we'll get busy co-creating content that's meaningful for you. Okay. All right. So thank you for letting me share that with you. Um, and let's dive into today. I am over the moon excited about this today because we've been working toward this since I think episode 11, where we started talking about the divine masculine and divine feminine aspects of ourselves and bringing them into balance. And we've known intuitively forever, but we know for sure now that this is an ongoing iterative process. It can feel like two steps forward and one step back, but just know that it's not one step back, right? When you feel like you're going one step back, you're actually deepening, you're peeling away a layer. I keep saying there's a book here and it's going to be called Peeling the Onion, because we deal with something and then we discover there's something deeper, right? And if you are joining us for the first time in this episode, welcome. And I want you to know that when we talk about divine masculine and divine feminine energies, we are not talking in any way, shape, or form about gender or sexual identities. We're talking about a vibrational energy that exists within each of us. And if you want to learn a little bit more about that, I would invite you to hop back to episode 11, which is, again, where we really kind of unpacked that. Okay, so over these last few weeks, we're kind of making friends with these energies. We're becoming attuned to them. We're noticing, like we said, when one is in ascendancy, maybe too much, we've been thrown out of whack, out of balance. And we've shared a couple of practices that will help us drop into our sacred heart space and bring in these flows of the cosmic matrix and help us come back into balance, right? And in the last episode or two, we've talked about sacred geometry. And today, in order to kind of pull this all together, put a bow on it, well, until we get to the next layer down. But for now, to put a bow on this series for us, I want to talk about another sacred geometric form, and we've actually been laying the groundwork for it. And this sacred geometry is really going to help us in starting to explore this final step of releasing the need for illusion, the need for duality. And by doing this, we're going to be able to start to integrate, right? Not just balance, because when we balance, it's still divine feminine here, divine masculine here. If I'm holding my two hands up, right? Kind of like a seesaw. Divine feminine, typically on the left, divine masculine, typically on the right. So we still have both, and they play in balance. What we're talking about today is the magic, the alchemy of starting to bring these two seemingly opposing forces together so that they merge and integrate. And that's a whole different ballgame. And we're going to work with this through the sacred geometry of the diamond shape. And we're going to talk about the diamond portal. So, quick recap, 2 weeks ago, we talked about the power of Mother Mary. Now, again, if you're joining us for the first time, I want you to know that I am not talking about the historical figure. Um, Whenever I mention Christ consciousness or the Magdalene, this is not about religion at all. This is about the energetic vibration that these beings hold. So if it's easier for you to think about them as ascended masters, guides, please stay there. If it's easier for you to think about an archetypal energy, right? Rest in Carl Jung's work. Stay there. Okay. This is not about religion at all. All right. So we talked about Mother Mary and the energy of Divine Mother that she holds and how she helps us to heal old wounds so that we can nurture ourselves enough that we can open up to this vast, infinite love of the unconditional love of the cosmic Christ consciousness, right? She um she gets us ready. She's the paver, the way paver, the way, I don't know, preparer, I guess, who gets us ready to give birth to a new paradigm. It's a whole new consciousness. And as we talked about the sacred geometry of the triangle, we placed that energy of Divine Mother at the top of the sacred triangle. And we experienced her love flowing down into the space of the triangle. And the triangle is created by the other 2 points holding the vibration of the divine feminine and divine masculine. So what we're going to do today is we're going to expand on that a little bit. And I want you to think about that beautiful triangle, right? Mother Mary at the top. If it feels right to you, you can think about the Magdalene holding the space of the divine feminine, the Christ consciousness holding the space of the divine masculine. And now I want you to imagine that there's a second triangle, but it's inverted, it's pointing down. And the two triangles are connected by their bases. And what have we made? We have now made a diamond shape. And this is going to be this diamond portal that we're going to work with today. In this sacred geometric shape, I want you to think about yourself as the center. I want you to think about yourself as the bridge between heaven and earth. I want you to think about yourself as this beautiful, powerfully loving being who has had the unbelievable courage, the curiosity, the wisdom to incarnate into this body on this plane at this time so that you could awaken to the memory of who you were, who you are, who you have always been. An aspect of source, divine being of love and light. This is who you are, right? And this diamond shape, the energy of it supports us on our journey, right? The diamond, when and we're going to play with the shape in a little bit and talk about how it can actually represent and facilitate the merging of these seemingly opposing forces. But if you just think about the shape of it for a minute, we've got one part of the diamond that points up and the other that points down. One points to the heaven, the other down into the earth. So we're bringing heaven to earth. We're in the middle. We're the bridge. We've got divine feminine, divine masculine on either side. We are the middle. We are bringing these two forces together. And when we enter into this sacred geometric shape, we are able to experience our multi-dimensional selves because we are positioning ourselves actually to be the portal into all of our lifetimes, all layers of our existence, because we are opening ourselves up to this merging where we have always been taught and always believed that heaven and earth are separate. Masculine and feminine, divine masculine and feminine are separate. But now we're going to bring them together because this is who we are. The energy that Divine Mother pours into this space, the energy that is radiated from the archetypal energies of divine feminine, the Magdalene, divine masculine, the Christ consciousness, quite literally awaken our cellular memory. These energies, these vibrations restructure our DNA so that we can expand. We expand our awareness of who we are. We remember our divine life purpose, which in my humble opinion is simply to be love. And we go beyond the work of bringing balance, like we talked about before, because in this place, from this space, within this sacred geometric shape, we are able to begin to release the need to experience duality in order to understand the totality of the divine, right? We rest here in the center of this diamond, and we discover another portal. This portal opens into unconditional love, and it's a love that we have never experienced before. And at a retreat I was at last summer, my amazing teacher, Brigitte Boyer, Lightbridge, is her I guess her company name. But Brigitte, in one of the manuals that she shared with us at our retreat, said this, and it's too beautiful a quote not to share with you, but she says this, and she's talking about being in the diamond portal. She says, lessons are learned and wisdom and understanding of oneself within the vastness of God, source, creator, the great spirit of all are gained. We reach a new level of awareness that takes us back into a place of oneness and stability, transformed and changed forever. This path is a unique and alchemical process for everyone. The diamond is an energy portal that, once entered, unleashes tremendous forces of transformation, leading to divine empowerment, love, and illumination. And my friends, there is a new energy waiting for us at the bottom of this diamond shape, this diamond portal. Again, not talking about a historical figure, although you can certainly connect with her that way if you would like. But this is the energy of Lady Sarah, the daughter of the Magdalene and the Christ. She is the one who holds both of those energetics in her being, and as such merges those opposing forces. She oversees, that's the word I want, she oversees this birthing process, because we're about to give birth to something that we've never experienced before, something entirely new, something unique, at least to us as humans, right? Sarah is the one who is waiting to welcome us as we cross this threshold into a new paradigm where we don't need that duality anymore, right? We've talked about this. Right now, we think we need to experience darkness to know what the light is. We think we need to experience judgment or being judged to experience compassion. We need to experience fear in order to know love. And that has been our human reality, and that's fine. That's what we needed to learn. But when we enter into this space, when we surrender ourselves into the love, the energy, the supported pathway of the diamond portal and of Lady Sarah, we don't need those oppositions anymore. We just know that we can be love. So here's the image, the visual representation that I've been given, and they've asked me to share this with you. And by the way, this is a practice. I'm not going to share it as a full-on meditation. I'm just going to frame it out for you. But there is tremendous energy flowing right now. So as always, if you are driving, walking, or doing anything else that requires your undivided attention, please, please, please just either pause this episode right now, come back to it later, or let it flow over you so that you can maintain your focus and be safe. Okay, so we all know how to start. We start by connecting with the breath and dropping into the sacred heart chamber. And as you arrive there, just let yourself rest for as long as it feels right. Get yourself settled. Use the breath to drop deeper and deeper. And when you're set and when you're ready, I want you to bring your attention to your left, off the left side of your heart. And you'll notice that there's a brilliant shining light there. This is the vibration of the divine feminine. It is alive within you. It is the energy of creation and uninhibited curiosity. It's the womb. It's the place where gestation happens, where new life is brought into being. And when you get there and you notice this light, just take a minute and notice what your experience of the light is. A color, an image, doesn't matter. And as you breathe, just let it flow toward you, flowing right into your heart. And just breathe there for a minute. And when you feel ready, bring your attention to the right. And you will notice another brilliant light holding the vibration of the divine masculine. This is the energy of discernment and doing, of clarity and divine timing. Again, pause here and notice, what is your experience of this energy of the divine masculine within you? And notice the light, the image, the feeling, whatever it is, beginning to flow toward you right into your beautiful heart space. And as you breathe, allow these two energies, as they enter into your heart, allow them to merge. Let them just swirl and dance. And you might say to yourself, I am the center. I am the balance point. I am the portal. I am the center. I am the balance point. I am the portal. I am the center. I am the balance point. I am the portal. And breathe. And you notice above you, in the space above your head, the light of Divine Mother. And it pours down from the top of the diamond portal, in through the top of your head, through your crown chakra. It pours down through your body into your heart. And just breathe and rest. And when you feel ready, you bring your attention to the point at the bottom of the diamond. And here is a beautiful new energy waiting to be awakened within you, waiting to be discovered by you. And it is the Lady Sarah. The beautiful energy of gentle green and a lavender purple, as she holds space for the transformation that is about to occur. Simply breathe and notice what you notice, and feel her love and her light flowing up through you and into your heart. And as you rest here and breathe now, notice that your heart begins to expand. Remember, you're in an alternate universe, so just let this happen. Allow the expansion to happen in a way and at a pace that feels right for you, knowing that if full expansion does not happen now, it will at the right and perfect time. So just trust whatever is happening for you. And as the light expands, notice that there is no longer light from the left and light from the right. It's just simply light. And allow yourself to melt and become that light. As you do, experience the full integration and merging of these opposing forces, knowing that you no longer have need of the illusion of duality. Allow Lady Sarah and Mother Mary to hold and support you as you dissolve into this new energy, and just breathe. And whenever you're ready, come on back. And clearly that was not what I was expecting to happen. I was just going to frame that out for you, but they really wanted you to experience that. And I invite you to work with this meditation, to practice allowing yourself to dissolve into the light, to experience that merging of these opposing forces within you. And as you do this, I would invite you to notice changes that start to occur in your daily life. You might find that you're not as triggered by certain things. You might find that you come back into balance more easily. You might find that you're triggered by more things, that you're more sensitive now, but that you can flow through that more easily by coming to the breath, by moving into that observer stance, by asking the emotions that are triggered, what are you here to teach me? Right? What would our friends say? Come have a cup of tea and let's talk. Because as you experience more and more being at the center of this equal armed cross of light, being at the center of the space where heaven and earth merge, where the divine feminine and divine masculine merge, you will notice that you are the portal. You are the one who is opening the gateway from your heart into the cosmic matrix, from your heart into the cosmic heart. And over time, the more you do this, you will notice and feel and know in the deepest part of who you are that there is no separation between you and the cosmic heart, that there is no separation between you and the divine. You and the divine are one. And listen, this doesn't mean that you stop going about your life as usual. You're still going to go to work. You're still going to go to the grocery store and your exercise class and take care of the family. You're going to encounter the good, the bad, and the ugly out there. It's the human experience. But you are going to be able to do this with so much more ease because you're anchored in. You're connected with the light of the unconditional love of the cosmic Christ consciousness in a whole new way. You are truly in the world, but not of it. And we talked a little earlier about this, an affirmation of I am. And you've heard this phrase, I am that I am. And you could start to play with that and add some commas and some pauses. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. And the more you affirm that, and the more you rest at the center of this diamond portal, the more you will be profoundly supported on your journey to remembering who you truly are. A divine and perfect being of love and light. That is how Source sees you, because it is who you are. And it is my most sincere wish that you see yourself in the same way. Perfect, divine, filled with love and light. I am incredibly grateful. I mean, my heart is overflowing with love and with gratitude to each of you for joining me. I am Penny Starhart, and this has been the Vibrational Alchemy Podcast. Until we are together again next week, remember, you are loved and you are love.
This is who